Hello, Gemini singles. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully. I first want to apologize for not being around for a year. I recently made a video and uploaded it. It's called Life. It's got a picture of me and my cat. Please go watch it if you are so inclined. It will give you an idea of what I've been dealing with this last year, and really all of it was like out of my hands. I couldn't help it, and so I had to take that time off. But I do want to rebuild my channel, and to do that I need to start uploading more stuff, and I'm actually very excited to do that because I miss being here a lot. Actually, I miss being on this channel and platform. So what that entails is more content from me, but also if you find that the readings resonate, the message resonates, please like the video, okay? Please share it if you feel like it resonates for somebody, or if you're new here and you resonate with my things, please subscribe. You know, I'm not going to badger you to do that, and I don't want you to do it if you don't feel resonant with my stuff, okay? That's just, I'm not going to I don't want everybody to just hit the thumbs up. Like, if you like it, do it, whatever. So here we go, Gemini singles. Your couples reading was super duper sweet, really, really lovely. I loved that reading. I'm like, that's like the best reading I've had or given in a really long time. This is a completely different energy, so it tells me that they're very different stories. I don't know if it's really connecting, to be honest. It just feels very different. So, for those of you who are single, I want to start this reading out in more of a capacity of finance, because that's what's coming through here, okay? That's what's coming through here. So I'm going to read it more on a financial business level, and then we're going to go into relationship stuff, okay? So you start this, well, the underlying energy of a reading is the Seven of Pentacles here, Gemini, and under that you have the Four of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that there needs to be, you're kind of holding on to money, or needing to figure out how to hold on to money. If you look at the Seven of Pentacles card, there's been a disintegration here of this person's finances. This doesn't look amazing. This looks kind of bleak, to be quite honest. And with the Four of Pentacles underneath it, it is more so indicative of somebody who maybe did not have luck in a certain, I don't know if it's stocks and bonds or whatever some investment was. Maybe that didn't pay out. Maybe there's just a lack of money overall. But what it's telling me is that there's a necessity to save, and you need to kind of redefine how you go about finances, how you, there's a lot of, it's interesting because you also have balance here. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Lovely. I love that. But what also started slapping me in the face was checks and balances, your balances. What is that financial balance? And then we also, right next to it at the bottom of the desk, or bottom of the deck, have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Lovely. Love it. Financial trust is what's popping out super big. So, and you have the Page of Pentacles here, and you have the Page of Wands here. So if we're talking about building up and saving our money, and creating that balance and putting it in a trust for children, potentially, if you have two daughters, earth sign, fire sign, two children in general, because your outcome is the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. But there's an element here, it's kind of cool. I use the Denied Shadow Oracle. It's helpful for shadow work, okay? But also it can give some information and insight towards things. There's a really big emphasis. You got neediness, all right? Clinging, unrealistic expectations. Now, neediness came out in reverse. And the way I see this, Gemini singles, I feel like there's some sort of element of saving money, either for your children, creating a fund for them, financial trust. Really minding your balances and save, save, save. What this neediness is coming out for, if you have 2 children, or if you have a child and you're trying to secure something for their future, you don't want them to be in need. There's an element of, I will not have them in need. I will not have them in need. I don't want them to struggle like I did. So there's that element there for that, okay? And it looks like you're able to accomplish that with the King of Pentacles. It's a very steadfast, solid, productive, financially sound energy. It's somebody who makes big deal decisions. It's somebody who takes care of their family. They do not let them go hungry. They do not let them go needy. They have it. So there's an element of that here that is being very, very much like driven home. Okay? And in this present energy, you have the 3 of Wands and it's in reverse here. Now, in some areas, if you don't have children and, you're not trying to go that route of like creating like a, checking your balances or like your trust and stuff, what I'm feeling here too is that there may be some sort of like situation where you were connected to either a business or some sort of financial situation that you tried to invest in something, or you tried to like pursue a different pursuit that you thought would come one way, an outcome would be one way, but whatever was given didn't bear fruit. It wasn't as successful as you thought. And so it's like you kind of pulled back and you had to start over again. So if we're looking at it like that, we have this Page of Pentacles here as our past energy. So what it's telling me is that, okay, maybe that didn't work, but we have a new opportunity to fix that. We're coming from a place of proactive engagement to do that, to change it. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to clarify this, and I'm going to clarify the love stuff with the different deck. Show me the Princess of Pentacles. Show me the Page of Pentacles in regard to Gemini singles, please. What's she about? What's that about? So you have the Page of Wands coming out sideways. The Page of Wands is a new opportunity. It's going after your creativity, going after the things that you want, seeing something and like dedicating your time to it. Now the thing about it is though, there's some stickiness with that. The Page of Wands, it's like we have all the intentions to like, go for it. But the Page of Wands can flounder. He can skip back and forth. He can be in and he can be out. Now, I mention that because if that's maybe how you were in the past, whatever you're doing now is changing it. You're solidifying something in a different way. So you have the Page of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. Next to Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. It's the Knight of Wands. So what this is telling me is if you do have some sort of passion or some sort of like new desire to work towards something, you need to do that, because it's like whatever in the past here, you kind of have to start over, it feels like. You kind of have to start over. And if there was an opportunity that you took in the past, I feel that maybe like either it like lost momentum, or maybe there wasn't enough time spent in it, or maybe there needed to be like some tweaks happening with it, but it didn't come to fruition. So if we have, give me one more for that. If we have that going on, yeah, see, there's the Page of Wands here with the Hierophant. So what this is telling me is that, first of all, banks, like Hierophant, banks, big financial establishments, if we go that route. But with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands, it's like an initiatory movement towards something to start. And if this is the past energy, you may have slowly started and you may have slowly built up towards something. I feel like there may be some situation here where you're trying to like regain finances. If a opportunity that you engaged in went belly up, it's like you're trying to regain some finances. So can you please show me the 3 of Wands? Okay, so yeah, you have the Temperance card here with the 8. Yeah, you guys, ouch. Okay, and the Devil. So you've got Temperance, you've got the 8 of Pentacles, you have the Death card, you have the 3 of Swords, and then you also have the Devil. Now, I want to say, don't be scared of the Devil. With this energy for the 3 of Wands, this is the present energy here for you singles. And remember, we're kind of like looking at this as a financial business situation before we're going into romance or relationships and stuff, okay? So with the Three of Wands in reverse, it's almost as if like you've kind of given up on something that you really had your heart set on, something you were really gung-ho about that you had hoped would like bring you finances. This could also be a situation that you may have taken out a loan for, and it doesn't feel like it panned out. And at this point, we are trying to recuperate and recover what we can here. This is about bringing balance. Balance. This is all about balanced energy here with the Temperance card, okay? Sagittarian energy, but like it needs things to flow in a cohesive way. And here we have this situation where you may have been working like hell on something. You may have given a ton of your effort and energy to it, Gemini, but it didn't pan out. It actually ended up leaving you frustrated and kind of hurt, dejected, financially at a loss here, Gemini. And so there's kind of like a reworking of a plan. Maybe it's a completely different thing. I also do want to say with the Devil at the bottom of the deck and the King of Pentacles over here too, it can talk a little bit about, it can hint at a very corrupt boss or perhaps somebody that may have stolen an idea or taken your idea and screwed you over. Because this Seven of Pentacles, it's like, I don't know, it's almost defeated. It feels like defeated to me. And it's like we have to start from the ground up, you know, with saving again and again and again. So if you're dealing with a toxic person, Capricorn energy, but if you're dealing with a toxic person, perhaps they did something, you know, it's time to move on past that, just because it's left you out of sorts, but also it's left you financially in a pinch, in a predicament. Also, too, the Devil, I want to say here with this energy, this energy, this is obsessed about your work. This is obsessed about everything here, okay? And I do want to say that if you have children, please spend time with them. Don't be one of those parents who just works, and that's all you do. Daddy just works, mommy just works. They don't have time with their children. Have time with your children. Spend time with your children. Yes, you provide them wonderful things, but this is about practicals, financial. This is very stable, you know, materialistic things. Yeah, great. Maybe they get a car when they're 16 and, you know, maybe they have like, I don't know, every Barbie dream house, but like here, we need to spend time here. And so if you're able to do that, even better. And for those of you who don't have children, this is a very obsessed with money energy, and it can become very toxic with this. So this is kind of like a warning, like please don't become toxic about finances. Please don't become toxic about your money. Under the Devil, you have the Star. So what it's telling me, the Star and the Nine of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So if you're going to be involving yourself in a new career or a new job situation or a new venture, I feel like you will have success in this attempt. That's what it feels like, Gemini. You'll have better success in this attempt. It's not an attempt. It's a forward movement. Okay, it's not an attempt. It's a forward movement. It's an action, and you are dedicated to it. That's what it feels like. I'm sorry, it's not an event. I'm gonna stop now because I'm getting too much here. So you have, I feel like that also, that transition, if you were like dealing with corrupt bosses or coworkers, not anymore. It's like whatever karma or whatever that was, it like fizzled off. That's done. And I feel like you feel like a resolve from that as well. There's a healing with that. And also we have trust here. I really do want to emphasize here as far as like trust and honesty with you and with others. I feel like that's been breached in the past. I feel like that's been something that's problematic in situations, and it's caused you to like pull back and retreat because you don't know how to trust people, or maybe that's what you've been left with. Like, oh God, do I have to like watch my back every 5 minutes? Kind of, especially if you're the King of Pentacles. You know, some people will gravitate towards you for very specific reasons, and often it's to gain from you. So the situations that you're ending up moving towards, Gemini, really satisfying, really healthy, really good, wonderful connections, being on the same page with people, loving your job, and also getting the getting the attention that you actually deserve for what you contribute and what you worked for, but also creating something where it's like you are known for what you do, you know, and you're in the spotlight for it. And so that's a very positive thing. It brings a lot of opportunity here for you. You know, I just say, be careful if you're like overworking or overdoing it, just because it's like, first of all, I feel like you'll burn yourself out, but also there's an element of here of like actually dissatisfaction that causes some sort of like, I don't know how to say that. It's not, it doesn't cause an ending. It just causes frustration if you're like obsessively working. So you need to find a happy balance, okay? And again, balance is in your reading, dead front and center, okay? So let's put that back. Now, really good stuff there. I really like that. It's a huge transitional period from what you've been dealing with, okay? Please show me the Page of Wands for this future energy for Gemini singles, financial energy. Then you have that Seven of Pentacles again. Yep. Here we go, you guys. Yeah, okay. So you have a situation here, Gemini, where you get to reevaluate what you are contributing to, how you do it. You get to reevaluate how you go about it. This is assessments, checks and balances. It's basically, this whole thing is like, I keep getting checks and balance, you know. So there's a lot of financial stuff here. Even if you don't have kids, there's an element of like save, but then there's also this like obsessive energy about it. So just walk the line, you know, keep it together. But yeah, there's a situation where you get to like redo. It's like a redo, but in like such a better way. You have the opportunity, I'm going to pull these together because that's how they came out. You have the opportunity to, you're coming from a situation, Gemini, where there's been some crap that's happened. I feel like somebody like either took advantage of you, took your idea, didn't credit you, just really, really yucky energy, perhaps at the office, perhaps from boss. But this energy is like, it's done. It's over. This is past energy now. And now we are moving towards the Magician. This is to create, to change, to bring about a new thing. Absolutely. To work hard, but like, what does it lead to? It leads to satisfaction, success, dedication. There's a lot of really positive outcomes that happen with this. Creating a foundation that was not able to happen in the past. Now here it is. So there's a lot of positive energy with this. And sorry, I guess the neighbor's upstairs. You know, and with the Page of Wands, what it tells me is there's a new get up and go energy. We are revitalized when it comes to like a creative pursuit. We feel enlivened again. We feel like we have a purpose again. We're like, yes, let me go ahead and do that. I feel creative. I feel like I've got that spark. You get that spark back. You get the opportunity back. And what does it do? It makes you a crap ton of money. It puts you in a very stable position, whether you have kids or not. It's a very, very powerful, very smart position to be in, you guys, okay? But you have to kind of like watch out how you go about it, just because I feel like there's been some, you know, crappy crap in the back, you know, and so figure out your finances, figure out your accounts, make it happen, okay? All right, show me the King of Pentacles here for Gemini singles or Gemini in general. Maybe this is more like a financial Gemini reading. We are going to get into romance, so don't you worry. All right, y'all. I mean, like, this is what you're moving towards, Gemini. This new opportunity. It's a new opportunity, financial. It's new gain, new business, new positions. This can also be a raise. I feel like this is almost a personal pursuit, though, or you're doing something different. There's something here about like actually really making money and really being in a position that's actually you feel satisfied in, or you're like, what I'm hearing is you're like, it's worth my while. It's worth my while. That's what it feels like, Gemini. So, you know, we're stepping into this King of Pentacles energy, okay? It's a good one. It's a good one. It leads to a lot of emotional satisfaction from something that you actually are able to accomplish this time. That's why I have to say that's how I have to say it, okay? So really, really good stuff. all right, as far as like recovery of funds, allocation of funds, getting your name out there, creating something new, being connected to the right people, being seen, being in the right spot at the right time. It's all kind of like aligning for you guys after a tumultuous situation. So, you know, keep your socks on. It's happening, okay? So we're gonna like chilly out there on the finances, thank you. And then we are going to go ahead and get into romantic energy here, okay? And I am gonna use these cards, thank you. So, use these cards. All right, so it's like a big different energy here. So Gemini singles, romantic energy, okay? Page of Pentacles here. There's something here where I feel like you guys, I'm going to put these little cards away because I'm feeling like we are actually not to use these again. That was actually for the financial. So we're going to just stop there. And we're going to put these guys here. And we're moving into, I feel like there's a complete wipe here because this is not the same energy as the finance. It's like, done. That message is done. Now we're going into a different thingy altogether. Okay, so Gemini here, what I feel is like you guys are kind of dealing with situations that maybe in the past you've kind of had to be more clear about how you put your efforts into things, what you contribute, because there's some element of giving to things that are out of balance here, especially with the Page of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Just as an energetic matchup, that's not a matchup. This is like a rich grandpa daddy with a 20-year-old wife, you know, like something like that, you know. Not to say that that's bad, but like, does she really love you? You know, sorry. Maybe she does. Maybe she does. I don't know. But that's kind of the energy that I'm picking up. Maybe you were in situations in the past that you kind of, it didn't match up. It wasn't an energetic match. And I don't know if you found that you've been in that before, but like this isn't a card of evaluation, you know, and with the Four of Pentacles underneath, this is really telling us to pull the brakes, push the brakes, you know, take time for yourself here, you know, take time for yourself here to, I feel like you're pulling your energy away and like doing a major assessment of the foundations of your relationships. And also if you are a Gemini that like has consistently just been in a string of relationships with like younger people or people who are like non-committal, this is an assessment of that kind of stuff too. So just be aware of it because it's like you're putting your energy and effort, and also I'm hearing money into people where it just goes down the tube, okay? It doesn't give you what you want. Now, in this past energy of the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles here. Pardon me, I'm getting over a really yucky cold. Show me okay, yeah, so you have the Queen of Cups here. Bottom of the deck for that, you have the Sun. What this tells me, you guys, is like in the past, Ten of Wands right here too. What I want to say is in the past, maybe we kind of got really gung-ho about somebody. We got our emotions, like, you know, tantalized and awakened. But the person that you may have been dealing with, it could have been an earth sign, you know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's not a match. Again, we're dealing with this like out of balance connection energy. Like it's not an energetic match, and it's not a status match, and it's like, you know, it's pleasure. And like the thing about it is this person in the past may have been really good for like your emotional side, may have been really good for, I don't want to say your ego actually, because that's not even coming through for me, you know, maybe in the future here, but it feels like Gemini singles that like somebody in your past provided some level of emotional satisfaction that maybe you keyed into like a certain aspect of that, and it like, you know, like, no, I'm going to do all of that. And it's like, well, actually, it's an aspect of something. It's not actually something. So you kind of had to do an assessment there. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't love, and that doesn't mean that there wasn't growth that happened here. So I feel in a way, maybe you might be having a little bit of trust issues regarding connecting to relationships, because sometimes we can mistrust ourselves in how we approach things. We kind of can mistrust our own judgment after we start like seeing a pattern in our behavior. And I feel you guys are doing that. I feel like also this came up at the bottom of the deck for these, and I just shuffled again and it popped out Seven of Cups. This is emotional confusion a little bit, not quite like the Moon card, but it's having options, having choices that can fulfill you emotionally or not, you know. And how do you choose? Do you pick wisely? Did you not pick wisely, you know? Does she really love you, or does she love your wallet? And he or she, however you want to see it, but like, I mean, hey, sugar daddy, you know, like that's kind of the energy that maybe I feel like you've kind of, like there's, even if it wasn't financial, it was like a drain. It was like somebody kind of like pulling it. The relationship wasn't necessarily for you. It was for what a person could gain. I guess I'll put it that way, okay? Not all of you are going to be dealing with that, but this is coming up like that. So please show me the Three of Wands here. You have the Three of Wands for the Three of Wands, okay? It's in reverse initially, now it's upright. So with this new phase in your life, I feel you're coming from a difficult point of kind of realizing that, oh man, like the things that I really thought were gonna like pan out, or the things that I was putting my energy into, and like this is also like super hopeful, super hopeful. Like I have a vision and I see us together, and like this is what I want, this is my goal, you know, and you're putting the effort in, but you don't get far. You don't get far with that in reverse. You know, it's like efforts, I don't want to say efforts squandered, but efforts that weren't fruitful. And now it's being clarified with the Three of Wands upright. So whatever you're moving towards, aces. Good. It's changing, okay? And also at the bottom of the deck for that, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and under that you have the Daughter of Wands. So again, we have the Daughter of Wands here, and under her we have the Six of Wands, which is all about success in a situation, finding the outcome that you're actually looking for. I mean, that's a really positive combination there. And it looks like you could be dealing with a fire sign, perhaps younger than yourself, Gemini. But, you know, maybe not. But either way, it feels like there is some element of success here. I'm getting this really big message right now, like, don't care what people think, don't care what people think. I guess there's some sort of element of like needing to care what people think, or like you're worried about like, it's not about status. I think it's about more like perceptions of people from the public. Yeah. Like, and I can understand that if it's like maybe a younger partner, or if it is social, if it is like social status, maybe they don't have the money that you do, you know. Yeah, so let's continue here. Either way, the Wheel of Fortune is talking about new opportunities, things that actually help you find the success and what you're looking for. It's a good combination, really healthy. And I feel what it does is it kind of like reassures you and reinstills like a sense of like, oh, I'm not a screw up. Like I can do this, you know. It's like, it just was like, it took some knocks, but I'm here, I got it. And things are changing in your favor. This is a really positive energy, the Wheel of Fortune here, you guys. I'm gonna put it back at the bottom of the deck, you know, but what it's feeling like, and maybe this is a younger energy, whatever. I don't want to judge it like that, like, oh, younger people shouldn't be with older people, blah, blah, blah. If you fall in love with somebody, you fall in love with them. If you love the whole person, you love the whole person, whatever it is. This combination can be very exciting. This can be very sexual. In a like devil negative sense, this could be like sugar daddy, let me use him for money, let me use my body for sex and money and blah, blah, blah. But it's not really, for me, it's not necessarily coming out like that, you guys. I feel like this is kind of a breath of fresh air in a lot of ways, because there's an excitement here with this person. And even though if they are younger, there's still a lot of potential and possibility with this person. So I wouldn't just like close it down just because they're younger or different in their social status. That doesn't mean their ideas and their creativity and what they can add to a situation is worthless. Try it out. Show me the Page of Wands here for Gemini singles and romance. Two of Cups, y'all. Two of Cups. Love. That's what it feels like is coming here, you guys. I am kind of like, in the past, it feels like you may have had something that felt like that. And I don't know if it ended up being what you wanted, because this present energy is like what we put our energy and effort into didn't have any fruition, but now we're stepping into a position that actually does. And I feel like something that maybe emotionally you thought you might not regain or might not experience with another person the way you did here, perhaps it was immature or didn't fully pan out the way you wanted to, but I feel like you kind of feel revitalized here with this Page of Wands and the Two of Cups. Like, even if there is an age difference, this is love. It's love. It's love. Please show me the King of Pentacles here. Yeah, you guys, I mean, really, like, okay, let me show you what is out. So you come out with the first card is the Eight of Pentacles here. This is all about, you know, if this is your energy, which I feel it is, even if you're an air sign, I feel you're coming out as the King of Pentacles, which is a very stable and steadfast energy. What it's telling me is that you're willing to work on something, you're willing to give it the actual, like, seal of, you know, maybe not seal of approval, but like you want to go for it, you want to try it out, you want to do something, and you're willing to work for it. You also have the Four of Wands here, which is about new opportunities to build foundations and create, establish new foundations that are solid in situations. This is about taking things to the next level. It's about, you know, celebrating your time together with somebody and enjoying them in a more, I don't want to say intimate way, but getting closer to someone. Then you have the Hierophant and the Ace of Cups. So what this is telling me is that whatever offer you're going to, or whatever position you start to move towards here, your intention is to be solid about it. And no matter how you slice it, I mean, these two cards, all of these cards are indicative of marriage, of deep love. I mean, you can talk about a child coming, but like, what it's telling me is that there's something here that is worthy of solidifying. You know, if it proves itself to you that way, it's worthy of solidifying. And at the bottom of the Denied Oracle deck, we have affection. Someone wants to give you physical attention. I mean, that's nice physical attention. This is playful, sexy, young, frisky, flirty. You know, let's do it 5 times on the kitchen floor, you know, like, let's, you know, so it's really nice, actually. It can be very exciting, and it can actually be very healing, because it gives you freedom to explore. It gives you freedom to be, I guess I want to say carnal, which is actually really helpful and healing for a lot of people. There's a freedom of expression here, and it also is a freedom of expression within like how you give to somebody, but like a freedom of expression in love and an emotional exchange that feels reciprocal. That's what it feels like, you guys. It feels like you will learn how to trust this situation. Again, in the past, even with the financial one, you have this honesty energy, and underneath it you have loneliness, okay? And under that, you have self-esteem. So, you know, for some of you, like, whatever hit you may have taken in the past when it comes to, like, emotional connections with people, or, like, feeling really, really like you've met the one, and then it just kind of fizzles, and you're like, oh, you know. But regardless, you got a huge understanding of what you do want, even if it doesn't come from that particular person. You know what you're looking for. If they couldn't give it to you, doesn't matter. You got a taste of what you actually want. And also there is a huge understanding of how to pursue and how to continue on without falling apart. It's like you have an understanding of like, oh, this isn't, you know, maybe it didn't work out in the past, but that's not a reason to stop and break down. It's a reason to continue and build. And that's what you're doing here. Because whatever you got knocked off of in the past, you're making it happen now. You're making it happen now. That's the present energy. And I feel like you're able to do that with a sense of, you know, wherever you were defeated in your past, you're able to actually do it in a different way. Take care of it in a different way that actually provides you something solid and, you know, worthwhile. The movement here forward is love. It's love and stability and connection and work. And neediness, we're keeping it in reverse. This is in reverse. I love that it fell out that way with affection, right? So, you know, I mean, I don't want to be like, yeah, all Geminis are going to not need for affection or not want affection or, you know, like be needing for it. It's not going to happen for every single one of you. But like whatever is going on here for the person that you're dealing with and you, I feel like you, there's a sense of trust within a situation that you're able to attain so that you actually feel balanced in it, so you don't feel like you're coming from a place of neediness, clinginess, whatever. And with this person too, that isn't how they're presenting themselves. They're presenting themselves as somebody that genuinely loves you, who's not coming from a needy position. Now that's kind of rare for a younger energy. I mean, this kind of energy is like 20s, you know, kind of like even, I'm sorry, pages are like children to teens. Maybe this is somebody that's like 18, 19, 20. Now, if they're not young like that, this could be somebody that is a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But this person, even if they're not younger, what they do, what they offer is kind of like a reigniting the flame that maybe you thought you lost. Look at behind her, there's a sun boiling. Sun, sun, sun. Here it is. There's an illumination here. It's like something that we thought we lost, an emotional connection that we thought we might have had with somebody. Didn't turn out that way. It didn't last long enough. And this points to like some stability not quite being there, even though we wanted it. It's like it's here now. Oops, there goes the sun. It's here now though, you know, and it's ready for you, Gemini singles. This is a creative person. This is a very like, what I'm picking up is like somebody who's like flowing. They flow. They're at ease in their body. They're fun. There's excitement here. There's a connection that kind of like also powers your drive to continue on. So I really like this. I'm going to pull one more card for the Page of Wands just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure we're going in a really good direction here, okay? Can you please show me the energy of the Page of Wands here? I'm sorry, that's not. Oh no, I'm going to pick a different deck. These ones, I dropped a candle on the floor and so I had to wipe everybody off, but like they're still sticky and they're not gonna, we're gonna use a different deck, okay? Yep. Oh, no, little dragons. Little dragons. We're gonna use the little dragons. This deck is also super old. All right, please show me the Page of Wands here for Gemini singles, please. So you have the Hangman in reverse here. Pisces energy, but with the Hangman, and you've got ascending to the Knight of Wands here as well. So you go from Page to Knight. So there's a progression in growth with this person. And even if this is not a romantic situation, this person can also just provide you a lot of drive, passion, and like a muse, or like they stoke your fire of creativity and help you. Either way though, with the Hangman in reverse, if there have been any reservations to connect with this person, or if there have been any reservations or like hesitancy because of an age difference, you get over that. You get over that. The Hangman in reverse is like, I've spent enough time hanging here. I've spent enough time thinking about this and ruminating about it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And for the Knight of Wands to be there, you go from the Page to the Knight. So it's a progression with that energy. Can you give me one more overall? Yep, this is the third time in your reading I believe, at least twice, but I'm pretty sure it's the third time that the Seven of Pentacles has shown up. So again, the whole like emphasis here is how you show up in relationships, what you contribute, and where do they match you? Where are they meeting you? I feel like you have a match here. I feel like you have a match here that is helping you recover, I guess, maybe your own feelings about relationships and your own feelings about the solidifying a connection here. There's a lot of love here, and there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of affection, and it's not coming from a place of neediness. There's balance here, and I like it. So good on ya, you know, and please go watch your couples reading, because that was fabulous. I loved it, and I was like shocked. I was like, wow, this is like the best reading I've done in a year. So really, really good stuff, Gemini singles. If you want a private reading, you can contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com, and I will return your email and get back to you. Also, if this resonated, please like the video, share it if you want, or if it resonates for somebody else you think. Yeah, and comment and subscribe and all that stuff. And I will see you guys soon. I will see you soon. All right, take care. Love you. Bye-bye.